Good morning, members of the public. Is there one? Oh, Mr. Fennell, staff and executive and CEO, Deputy Mayor and councillors. Okay, we'll just get underway with a small karakia to get us underway. Cool. Tue ki te Māori o te whenua, tue ki te mana o te tangata, tue ki te pono te araha, kia piki, kia eki, kia te tautata, hui tai kia. Thank you very much. Right, so the purpose today is to, for the annual plan, oh gee, my daughter.
We'll all have a flat white then.
Sorry. Apologies. I have from Councillor Kirsty. Kirsty, she can't be too far away from being back. Hopefully Tama's a bit more stable. And Councillor Campbell, was that an apology? Did everyone see the email? I wasn't too sure. Yeah.
Through the chair, I'm happy to move the genuine apologies
From
Councillor Truman, but
yeah.
I don't feel comfortable supporting Councillor Campbell's
what do the other
reasoning.
What do the other councillors feel?
Through the chair, you wish, I support Councillor Shepherd's opinion. It's not a genuine apology. I think from this tenure, I would suggest probably not might be involved, but I mean, with standing orders in future, that there's some differentiating. The most apologies are always genuine. This one isn't.
Yeah. Cool. Everyone else agree with that? Councillor Taylor?
Yeah, look, I support both those comments. Simply stating in an email that you cannot be bothered turning up and insulting the process and all the ratepayers is not an apology. It's a single finger salute, and it's not appropriate.
Cool. Okay, so is the council happy that we don't accept Councillor Campbell's apology, but we accept Councillor Truman's? Okay, could I have a mover? Thanks, Councillor Shepherd, and seconded by Councillor Williamson. All those in favour, please say aye. As against, carried. And welcome to our online. We've got Sandra, Sandra and Karam. Kia ora and good morning, guys. Good to have you with us. Can you hear us all right? Cool. All right. Moving on. What have we got next? The meeting will be recorded. Any conflicts of interest pertaining to the items today? No? All good. Okay, 5.1. Adoption of the annual plan 25-26, fees and charges 25-26. Jeanette and Kendall, good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning. Very inclusive. Yes, good morning, Mayor and Councillors, and thank you for your time on Monday morning. As mentioned, the purpose of today is to consider the adoption of the annual plan for the 2025-26 financial year, which begins tomorrow. I will take the paper as read, but we'll provide a brief summary if that's okay. The annual plan process provides Council the ability to confirm or adjust aspects of Year 2 of the long-term plan, and it sets the rates for the upcoming financial year. We've had several workshops and meetings through the development of this annual plan, with early feedback and guidance from yourselves looking to identify savings and efficiencies. There have been unplanned increases to essential business costs, particularly around the new local water done well. These have had to be factored in, and has also meant that we've needed to look at budget reductions and trade-offs to find a balance. The annual plan is proposing an 8.4% rate increase for this financial year. This hasn't changed since the draft financial direction was adopted earlier in April. It is comparable to what was set in the long-term plan, which was 8.3%. While it is marginally higher than what was in the long-term plan, it is not significantly different to the direction that we set in the long-term plan. for the benefit of, I know some of the councillors weren't able to make the most recent workshop where we discussed forecasting and rephasing the capital program. What that was looking at is, given that we've got a bit more information and we understand a bit more about our timing and constraints around some of our projects, and just to better reflect the deliverability of some of those projects, we have proposed to rephase budgets to the next financial year. While this will be a slower pace of delivering some projects, it won't impact the delivery of some of the key commitments in the long-term plan. The reason for mentioning this particularly as well is there is a recommendation for the council to give to the CE around selected capital projects where we can shift budget. If projects are going well and ahead of schedule, we can shift budget back to this financial year to allow them to be completed. We've also got the fees and charges to be adopted today. They have been developed in line with the assumptions of the LTP. We've also had workshops on these. And finally, this annual plan was sent to the chair and independent member of the Risk and Assurance Committee. There was a delegation from the committee to the chair and the independent member to review the annual plan. That has been completed, and the chair advised that he was happy to present the annual plan to you today for adoption. That's where we're at.
Thanks, Kendall. Thank you very much, Kendall. Any questions or queries of Kendall? No, all pretty straightforward. So, so we'll move that first. If I have a willing mover out there to accept the adoption of the annual plan, move the rates resolution next. So any commentary, Councillor Taylor?
So, more of a comment than a question. Kendall, thank you for presenting the agenda item this morning. I note that this, although it appears a very fast-paced, we've got the item, we're about to vote on it, this is just the culmination of a significant amount of work, and I want to thank staff who've gone through effectively line by line and the projects to retain close to what we consulted on in the long-term plan for our rates increase. Any rates increase is difficult in this environment, and I get that, but this is the environment that we're in. So I just think it's worth noting that this is, although the conversation this morning is going to be very brief, it's not because we're just spending 5 minutes on it. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Taylor. Councillor Greenslade?
Yes, Your Worship, I'm sorry, I got clicked off there and I completely missed everything that Kendall said. I'm sorry about that. I am back on now. I did have a few questions, but we are going to have some discussion further, are we, before we vote?
Now's the time. Now's the time.
Now's the time.
Yep.
Okay, now's the time. Right, thank you very much.
Sorry,
So
Kendall. You didn't hear anything what Kendall said.
No, I didn't hear anything of what Kendall said. I got flacked off.
Ah,
But that's
okay.
I've read the document, and I do have some questions. So forgive me if she's answered these questions, but I will ask them. So the first thing that I did want to comment about was the CEO able to move funds and giving permission to do that. I just think that we should be advised if the CEO is going to move funds out of one year into another. I think because we've already approved that in 1 year, it's probably just an FYI really as much as anything. The second thing is because we've increased the charges on dumps and tipping and rubbish and all the rest of it, there's a very noticeable increase in this area in fly tipping. And I would like staff to keep a track of that, please, a separate track of that, so that we can keep an eye on it and see what the costs are in relation to those two things. There's no point in us increasing costs in one area and then, of course, losing track of it in another area. It sort of is a self-defeating exercise. And the third thing I wanted to talk about was consultants. And I noticed that one of the things that we've done to reduce our figure by 1.88 million is to reduce our use of consultants, and I'd like to commend the staff for that and continue to do that if at all possible. We've got very talented staff, we've got plenty of them, and really keeping consultants down to a bare minimum certainly would be something I think most of us would be interested in doing. I hope that none of that was covered in Kendall's presentation.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Councillor Greenslade. Valid contribution. Any other?
Through the chair.
Yes, Councillor Williamson.
Oh, I think.
Oh, sorry.
I can wait.
Yeah.
Through just want to follow up on Councillor Deputy Mayor Taylor's comments around about congratulate staff. It's a combination of 3 years' work. There's obviously there's been changes in the economy and not just here but nationally. And as Deputy Mayor said, that we went through every line of every levels of service with staff and all councillors, and everything presumably would have been well read by everybody. So we had to go through line by line and everything we're legislated to do, and there were things we could do but we're already contracted out or tendered out, so we're committed to, and things that we could delay or push out. So once again, thank you very much for the work you've done, Kendall, Jeanette, all the staff. It's perhaps underestimated by certain elements in the community, the work that's done. Everything's transparent and accountable. So once again, thanks very much.
Thank you, Councillor Williamson. Councillor Leonard.
Just in light of some research, I'd just really like to see for projects liquidated damages included in our contracts. I just feel that some projects have been considerably delayed because that hasn't been included. We have an in-house lawyer, and I think it's something that we should consider to ensure the appropriateness of timeliness in getting our projects completed, which I think would help us to reach our goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Leonard. I'm sure that will be taken on board. Right. Councillor Lachlan, anything from you? Councillor Rankin? Shepherd? No? All
Yep.
good? All good? Who? Oh, you go.
It's okay, I have patience, some. Yeah, thanks, Kendall, for that presentation. Look, it was a late adoption of the LTP as well, and given that it's, we adopt the LTP and then we're straight into the annual plan, and even in that short space of time, there needed to have some changes to the budget, and that just shows, the environment we're living and working in. But 8.4 isn't 8.3, but it's also not 10.2, which is also what we were steering down the barrel of at one point. So, yeah, thank you for all the work that the staff's done. I sort of tend to disagree a wee bit with Sandra on the consultants. There's a time and a place. If we rely solely on staff in-house, there are inevitably going to be disciplines where we don't have staff with that, area of expertise, and consultants are necessary. It also means we have to delay projects quite some time as well when we're relying solely on staff in-house, and as we know, time is money. Projects that take longer to deliver cost more. So I'm in favour of the CapEx project and the delegation to the CEO on that basis, and I'm also confident that the monthly the performance report that we get every month at our council meetings will give us a good heads up on when that's likely to need to be happening, and our project team are really good at keeping us abreast with that as well. So I think we'll get enough of a heads up, and I can see this creating some efficiencies. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Councillor Shepherd. Any other commentary? No? Okay, there comes a time where we must carry on the business. Rates is next, so we'll do the adoption of the annual plan first. And thank you, Kendall and Jeanette and your team. Please pass our sincere thanks to the team for all the questions and queries you've had from the governance table, and you've answered them beautifully. So, do I have a mover? Thank you, Councillor Williamson. Seconded by Councillor Lachlan. All those in favour, please say aye. It's against? Carried. 5.2, rates resolution. Jeanette, you're not Kathleen, are you? Kathleen Green?
No, Kathleen sends her apologies.
Oh, okay. Hi, Jeanette.
So in front of you is, in front of you is the rates resolution. So this is done after the adoption of the annual plan so that we can set our rates for the next financial year. I'll take the item as read. It's pretty standard. It's the same layout as every year, but I'm happy to try and answer any questions.
So you're still 8.4, you haven't been able to drop it anymore? No. it's-
Still 8.4.
Right, questions of Jeanette regarding rates. That's it. Might as well get on with it, I suppose. The rates invoicing and all that sort of thing is... Oh, sorry. Councillor Greenslade?
Thank you, Your Worship. I just wanted to ask Jeanette about the number of people that are applying for rates rebates. Have we got a figure on that? Sort of an indication across our district?
Through the Chair, Councillor, the rate rebate form, as you may be aware, the government's changed some of the rules around rate rebates, and the forms to apply for those have only been made available for ordering today. So we anticipate there will be more people applying, but at this early stage, I can't give you numbers.
What's the amount now? It's changed. What's the new amount? No, I don't know. I can find out.
600?
It
600?
was 600. No, it's changed. I don't know what it is. No, that's fine. Thank you very much, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the Chair, it was 790 last year. I think it's slightly over 800, but they've put in a two-tier system now for people with gold cards. So yeah,
Either way, it doesn't really affect us, does it? Because we get paid by the government.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, cool.
And through the
Alright.
Chair, I should probably just remind everyone that we're going back to 4 instalments this year,
Okay.
away from the 3 that we had last year for the LTP late adoption.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask earlier, yeah. Okay, so we're back to normal, are we? Good. Send the invoice out, get paid. Good luck. All right, no other questions or queries or... Councillor Taylor, come in.
Thanks, Jeanette, for the work you and the team have done on this. This is one of the more difficult decisions we have to make because it imposes a cost on all ratepayers, and I look around the table and we're all ratepayers as well, so we're doing this to ourselves. It's a blunt instrument, but it's the one that, well, the primary one that the government has given us to raise revenue. I'll be voting in favour of this, not just because of what I've read on the paper in front of us, but because of the time and effort we've gone through to get to the position we're in. It would be wonderful if we didn't have to do this, increase rates, but that's the environment we're in. And I note from reading through the schedule that goes behind this, most of the rates increase is around matters over which we have no control. It's stuff which is mandated around waters, around transportation, around solid waste. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I thank the team for putting it together.
Thank you, Deputy. Any other queries? No one online? Everyone's happy?
Just one little comment from me,
Yeah,
if that's
Councillor
okay,
Shepherd,
through the Chair. Yeah, I'm just in support of what Councillor Taylor's just said. You know, none of us ran for council to put the rates up. None of us. None of us are putting our hands up again to put the rates up either. So a lot of work's gone into this, and I really thank the staff for that. They've had to think out of the box. Just in that short space of time between setting the long-term plan and the annual plan, you know, it surprises me how quickly costs jump and how unpredictable that can be. So whilst I'm not happy about having to make this decision and vote in favour of this, I will be.
Thank you, Councillor Shepherd. Councillor Greenslade, come in, Sandra.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. On the back of what Kevin has just said, and this is going out public, I actually do want to comment on the fact that rates are a blunt instrument, and what we are expected to do as a council in the way that we're expected to support our communities and the amount of money that we're expected to spend. I think there is very much public opinion that this system is broken. and that the government does need to look at other systems, particularly in view of the fact that they can take our transportation amount of money and cut it as they have done, and other areas like that. So there's a public statement that the government does need to start looking at the system that they have imposed on us, and especially when they turn around and mandate things like our water, which again is one of the reasons that we have had to increase our rates.
Correct, Sandra. And the GST would be a good start, wouldn't it? Let's get some of that back. You know, that's a straight government tax that we don't see anything of that people pay. So, yeah. Thank you, Sandra. Councillor Leonard.
I think similar to what Councillor Greenslade has said is we're mandated by central government through the Local Government Act of what we have to charge for, what we have to rate and what we have to do as a council. Central government continues to push back on us and add things into our portfolio to pay for. That then means that taxes are covered by every person in New Zealand, rates are only covered by landowners in New Zealand. It means that the ratepayers are paying a lot more as a portion, and I think we need to do some serious pushing back to central government in regards to this. Good words, Councillor Leonard, and stop flogging us at every opportunity too. God. All right. No one else? Christine, anything from you? No, good. Okay. Yvonne, you're happy? All right, there's a resolution in front of us. Yeah, that we, well, where's the resolution? Has that got the figure in there? It's really long, okay. Okay, I think we get the gist of it. Okay, do I have a mover, please, for the rates resolution? Thank you, Councillor Westerman, seconded by Councillor Deputy. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. And so thank you once again, Jeanette and your team, for all the numbers you've had to give us over the last year or so. Truly appreciate if you take our thanks back to your team, and hope they're enjoying their new surroundings. All right. What else is there, Karen? Closing carry care. Okay. Thank you, councillors, for coming in on a Monday, and everyone, and nice to see you. John, you didn't want to say anything? No, that's all right. No. All right, standing karakia, final farewell. Unia ti rito o tino hui. Kia wate I ralanga. Kia wate I raro. Aro ki ti tika. Aro ki te pai. Hui tai kia. Thank you.